welcome to another 456. So I am about to do probably the most embarrassing thing I've done in these videos. It involves this pudding cup. So this is the pudding cup challenge. And what is going to happen is I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute, and I have to try to eat everything in this pudding cup without using a spoon. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy up in here. So let me set a timer here for 1 minute. I gotta open it, obviously. Chocolate. So this is about to be the most delicious game I've ever played. So I'm gonna start the timer, and we are gonna see if I can eat this whole pudding cup in 1 minute without using a spoon. All right, you ready for this? I am. All right, and go. My tongue isn't long enough. This is the worst. How do I smush it or something? I feel like my face just looks like a mess right now. I think I have a chocolate goatee. Or chocolate tea. Oh, that's good. 10 seconds. How do I get down there? Okay, I'm using my finger. Well, that was a mistake. Also, I don't know if you can constitute this as finishing it, but they're still putting in there, so I think I lost. That was the worst. Anyways, if you think that you can do it faster and you can get it in 1 minute, film yourself doing it, send it in. I'd love to show it. And I'd love to do it side by side to me so we can make it into a cool game. But yeah, that's all we got. Here's Cool Carl. I'm going to get myself cleaned up, and we're going to watch a really cool video. So see you soon.
Hi there, you little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl, and this week it's gonna be epic. We got some exciting stuff happening, so get ready.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl, and your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Hello, welcome. I sure did miss you guys, like a lot. The past week I've done a lot of reading. I read a story in the Bible that you wouldn't believe. There was action. There was secrecy. I have a secret. And there was triumph. Thank you. Thank you. I won. You love me. You really love me. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah! Yes! Yeah! I'm telling you, the story had it all, and it got me excited. Because this week's series is all about epic. And if I had one word to describe the story I read, it would be epic.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Cassie. I was just talking about this week's story.
What's the story?
Oh, man. It was great. It was the ultimate superhero story. A classic feel-good action drama. There's this lady named Rahab, right? And this lady made a lot of bad choices in her life. And outside the city, Joshua gathered 2 Israelite men who would sneak into Jericho and spy on the city.
Why would they do that?
Well, because God told them to.
Okay, keep going. This is a good story so far.
It really is. So the spies snuck into the city, and when it became nighttime, they went into Rahab's house to spend the night.
Was Rahab an Israelite?
Nope, she didn't know the spies, but she did let them stay. But someone did see the spies go into her house, so they told the king of Jericho that the spies were hiding in Rahab's house.
Oh no, she's gonna get in trouble.
Yep, so in the morning, the officials went to her house, knocking on the door looking for the spies.
What did Rahab do?
Well, when Rahab found out that the king knew, she hid the spies on the roof and told the officials, yeah, they were here, but they left.
Well, that was a close one, but it's actually kind of cool, because she probably saved their lives.
She sure did. So Rahab let the spies escape through her window, but before they went, she only asked one thing.
What did she ask?
She asked if they would save her and her family when the Israelites took over Jericho. The spies said yes and told her to tie a scarlet ribbon outside her window. This would be a reminder of their promise to her and a symbol of her family being saved.
Wow, that is a great story. So what do you think the lesson to be learned is?
Are you serious? That was obvious. Ha, I'm gonna become a superhero.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna be a superhero. The most epic superhero ever.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Pretty simple. Rahab was a person who made a lot of bad choices.
Right.
And then when she saw the opportunity to help someone, she did. And she risked her life and the life of others to do the right thing. And guess what?
What?
So I was reading the Bible today, and in Hebrews 11, there's a thing called the Hall of Faith. It's like the Hall of Fame, but for people who obey God.
Okay, who was in the Hall of Faith?
Well, Moses, Nehemiah, Noah, Ruth, Abraham, and guess who else?
Batman?
No, but that would be cool. It was Rahab.
Really?
Yep, that's even more confirmation that I'm destined to be a hero, save the innocent, and take risks so I too can be in the Hall of Faith.
Wow, that seems like a pretty big dream.
I know, but that's what God has called me to do.
Is it though?
I think so.
I don't know, Carl. I think God is calling us to do something else.
Well, what do you mean?
I just think God has a pretty simple plan for us. Do you remember last week's big idea?
Mean I can trust God?
Yep. Why do you think Rahab risked her life to save those spies?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted to be in the Hall of Faith? She wanted to be admired as a superhero who saves people?
Nope. Rahab did that because she realized God is real, and she wanted to put her trust in God that day. She realized that taking a risk for God is a risk worth taking.
Wow, I never thought about it like that before. So you're saying I need to take risk for God?
Yep, we will often be faced with situations that require us to take risks, to do things that are tough or scary. But it's okay, because if God asks us to do something, we know God will be with us.
Things are tough and scary, huh? Well, does skydiving count as taking a risk for God?
I don't think so.
What about going up behind a horse and pinching it?
Definitely not.
What about drinking chunky lemon milk that's been in the fridge for 4 months? That's taking a risk, right?
Definitely a risk, but not one for God.
All right. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the story of Rahab is a really good example of what someone should be willing to do if they love God. Just like if we had a friend at school that might be in trouble, we know we would help them, even if it meant we would get in trouble.
You're right. I can still be an epic superhero as long as I take risk for God.
Whoa, Mr. Hall of Faith. I think you just said something pretty epic.
Wait, that's our big idea!
Today's big idea is I can take risks for God.
So on the count of 3, we're all gonna shout our big idea. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. I can take risks for God! All right! Good job, we did it, everyone! Huzzah!
This was a fun story.
It sure was. Now I'm gonna go and practice my superhero catchphrases in the mirror. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Oh man, Cool Carl hit that one right on the head. Yeah, it's such an epic story that we see in the Bible. And the Bible is filled with so many awesome stories that are just like it. But let's focus in on what God might be speaking to us in this story. We see Joshua and Caleb going into Jericho. There are a couple spies going to see what's going on in the city, see if they would be able to take it over. And they end up getting into this tight situation where Rahab, a member of the city, has to hide them out in her house. And then the guards come looking for them, and she says that they're not there. She protected them. She took such a big risk for people that she just met. But I believe that Rahab knew that they were that they loved God and they feared God, and she wanted that. She wanted to love God and fear God with all of her heart. So that's a really cool story, and it leads us to the big idea that we can take risks for God. Just like Rahab did, taking a risk for God, we can take risks in our everyday life. Now, I want to say that we need to be smart about our risk taking. Like I'm not going to jump out of an airplane and without a parachute because I believe that God is going to catch me midair and place me down very gently on the ground. No, that's not a risk that I'm willing to take. I don't think anybody should really take that risk. But risks look like, maybe you're with a friend group in your neighborhood, and you see one kid who is bullying another kid. A risk would be stepping out and confronting that bully and saying, hey, that's not very nice. God commands us to love each other. And so we need to love each other instead of putting each other down. Can you stop making fun of this guy? I don't think it's right. Or maybe you haven't prayed as a family in a very long time. And taking a risk might look like bringing it up at the dinner table and saying, hey, we haven't prayed in a long time. Maybe we should start doing that every day. That's a risk to take as well. Life is so full of risks that we can take, and Jesus clearly, his ministry was pretty much taking risks all the time. But I can't help but think of the passage in Matthew 28 at the end of the Great Commission when Jesus says, "And I am with you to the very end of the age," which really goes along with the beginning of the book of Joshua in Joshua 1:8. And God also says, I am with you. Do not be discouraged. Take courage, for I am with you. It's going to be okay. We can take risks for God. Because God, I don't know, He sent His Son to die on the cross for us. That's huge in itself. I think God is so worth taking a risk for, that we can't help but think of ways that we can take risks every day for Him. So, we love God. We love being in a relationship with Him. We love our family here at Encounter Church, but we also love people who don't know Christ yet, and we want to reach them. We want to take risks so that they can come to know who Jesus is. So, taking risks for God. Think about it this week. What kind of risk can you take for God? Make a list. Send in an email to me, just ways that you have taken risks. I want to celebrate with you. Maybe I'll even send you a cool candy bar or something like that. As like you're awesome, keep going. You can continue to take risks for God. But hey, this Sunday, it's going to be awesome. We're going to gather again here at Encounter Church, and we are going to watch the experience live. On the TVs, we're going to hang out. We're going to have a between experience hangout right here with kids 4, 5, 6 and youth. Last time we played Cookie Face, which we put Oreos on our foreheads and try to make them down into our mouth without dropping it on the ground. And lots of people walked away with prizes. It was a wonderful time. So come out again this Sunday. I hope that everyone is having a great week. I've been praying for you. But you all just keep going strong, keep moving forward, and remember that we can take risks for God. I'll see you later.